Fucking hell. Um... Yeah, so let me just send the link again. Um, okay. I fucking knew I would flash something sensitive, and I did. But anyway, I've deleted the VOD, so we're good. Basically, I am retarded. And that's a proven fact at this point. I moved every single application to my second screen, and then I apparently forgot Discord, so, yeah. Well, if you saved it, there's nothing I can do about it. I told the person involved, it's not, it was a fucking mistake, I didn't mean to do anything, but yeah. It's pretty funny, at least. So yeah, better get started. Let me just make sure I have fucking everything on the other screen now. No. Okay. So, this is probably the thing I want to do least, but this is the thing I will do. Because it's probably going to be quite challenging and entertaining to watch, like a fucking Neanderthal like me do. So, hold on. So, I've got to plan how I'm going to do power. And I think because power is something that's physically displayed, I should do it as a counter. Or I could have a value that converts to a string and then gets displayed there. But yeah, I think I'll probably just do counter if I run into any problems with that. I don't know. Counters have a bunch of stupid problems that I've noticed. It's the same thing with animations. If you use like the default Clickteam animations, sometimes shit just refuses to work. And I think counters are the same. I think that, something you could do with a value, an alterable value, a counter might struggle with. I don't know, something to do with how fucking they're programmed. So yeah, let's think about this. So it's going to be displayed. That 100%. This is going to be a sprite. Or I guess you could say active. This 100%. A counter. Or at least the part that displays the value will be a counter. Then we have the the little lines, the green lines and the red lines. That is going to be one big active. And hold on, let me just make sure I don't do the same thing again. Okay, cool. That's fucking dumb. Anyway. Alright. And now let's think about the way we're going to code this. So, things that contribute to power utilization. One is the monitor or your cameras. This is in the middle. We have the lights. We have the doors. And Foxy drains a random value for the sake of this, I'll just say that it's you know, between 1 and 6% of power every time he bangs on the door. And so the way I can get it to calculate how much it drains is set a value for how much the lights are going to be using, and that'll be how much it uses in a frame. So I'll have to watch some gameplay of how much it contributes to it, because I can't be fucked opening the game. But I'm gonna guess the lights use 1% every 2 seconds or something. So that would be 0.5 to a second. The doors are definitely fucking more. And I'm going to say that doors use 2% every 2 seconds. So 1% per second. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't even know if that's true. But once we have it programmed, then it would be easy to just fluctuate those values. And I would say the monitor probably uses the same as the lights, really. So probably 0.5 power per second. Well, not per second, per frame. If I've said second, I mean frame. No, I'm retarded again. I do mean second. So that would be, yeah, I can equate that anyway into the value. So now that I've drawn that up, I can start thinking about how it's going to work. So firstly, I'll make a new counter. And I put it on the wrong there because I'm a dumbass. We're just going to put it on top. We're going to make it follow. And we are going to put it there. Yeah, follow the frame. And we want it to be white because it'll be easy to look at against the contrast of the room. Obviously, I'm not going to use this. This is placeholder. Okay. So, power should start off as 100. The minimum value should be 0. The maximum value should be 100. Yep, cool. That works. And we will name this power. So this should naturally deplete just from the shit like the lights, and I think it does in the game. So we're going to make a new group of events. Power. And the first thing we'll do let's say every I'm not even going to say that number because I'm probably going to get it wrong. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm cool. Yep. Okay, so every whatever that is, 5 milliseconds, I guess. I don't know. We're going to subtract, but we're not going to subtract the whole number. We're going to subtract a decimal. So we're going to do, just to see how fast this goes, let's do 0.25. So let's go. Cool. So that drains really fast. So let's add 2 decimal places. And then I want to calculate how long a night is in FNAF. So FNAF, let me mute this. Night length. 8 minutes and 55 seconds. So I'm not going to bore you and sit here for that long. So let's work out how much power we deplete in 5 seconds. So stopwatch 10, we'll do 10. Okay, so in 10 seconds we depleted just about 0.5%. So let me just open a calculator here. Okay, now I'm just going to do this off screen. So 855. So we're just going to convert 8 to seconds. So that's 480 plus 55, 535 seconds for the night. So 535 divided by 0.05. Okay. Just hold on for a moment. No, okay. 535 divided by 10. So it's 53.5 10 seconds in that. And so number was 0.05. So that's going to drain 2% for the time being. Obviously that's way too little, so we need to see about getting rid of a decimal place. Okay. Way too fast. And where we're going to mitigate that is by decreasing the value. We'll try 0.015. We're getting there, but it's still too fast slightly. And so we're going to decrease that. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Alright, sweet. So obviously that's not optimized, but that's a figure that we can, just while making this, we can work with that. Hold on. That's funny. Crash, I was just looking at what you sent. Anyway. That's probably the highlight of this already. Already within, like, what was it, 20 minutes, I managed to fuck up pretty royally, which is quite funny. Okay, so we want another condition, and that will be when the lights are running, we will take some power. And so the way we're going to calculate that, I could do this with a value. I don't think that probably would be more efficient. Yeah, I think I should do this with a value. Okay, we're going to do another diagram. So far this was pretty good. We can work with this. Okay. So we want a value for power consumption. Funny, Crash. Very funny, man. Very funny. So currently we have that natural consumption of power, and we've equated that. So we're going to have to add lights, doors, and I think the smartest way of going about this would be to multiply the value. So first of all, these need to have separate weights. Lights will be something like 0.25, and doors will be something like 0.5, just for now. And if you have both of those on, it's going to combine for 0.75. That's going to be the multiplier. So this is going to be a counter. That's going to be the multiplier at which it's going to increase the natural consumption of power. So 0.75 times that existing value, if that makes sense. I feel like a math teacher, except I'm actually shit at maths. So if you're trying to learn from me, don't, because you will fail. Okay. So firstly, notice how it's subtracting 0.01 from the counter. We need to change that, and what we're going to change that to do is we're going to have an alterable value. Don't tell me you can't have fucking alterable values on counters. You can't. Okay, so we're going to have an alterable value on another object, which is just fucking really dumb. It's another stupid Clickteam thing, apparently. Consumption. And we're going to put the value as power drain multiplier. So it's going to start off as 0. Actually, shit, it can't start off as 0. Because if we're going to make it always multiply by that, we're going to start off as 1. That's, I'm actually fucking so dumb that it took me that long to think of that. But yeah, going to start that off as 1. And then we're going to make a new condition, and that will be always fucking having a mental aneurysm here. Just give me a second. Because we already have it decreasing every 0.05. So we could probably just save us a step here. And it's probably not even going to change it that much. Yeah, okay, this is cool. So what we're going to do is, you have to use that notation. We're going to take the value. So the way it's working is every 0.5 seconds it's going to drain multiplied to the consumption, and naturally the consumption will start at 1 as we specified here. But when we have lights and doors active, that is going to increase that figure, and also the camera. And so the way we can detect this, I was going to say we could do it with the, if it's the light samples playing, but that won't multiply it by 2, and it's the same with the door. So we're going to have to actually retrieve values that we already have. Luckily, I already have counters made for these. Hold on for a sec. Yeah, I won't lie, just move away from the mic to burp. But anyway, we're going to retrieve these values. So we're going to have an always condition. And it's always going to set hold on for a moment. I need to open something I previously had, because I actually wrote down what values I did for the lights and the doors, and I actually might be able to reuse those. So let me just take off display capture so I don't accidentally show something that I don't want to. Firstly, I'm going to save what I have here for the cameras. Cool. Okay. So I can show you this. So when I was writing the events for the doors, I had values that I'd specified. This is before I knew about alterable values. That's why I'm using counters for those. So we can actually reuse these values, probably. And so the way we're going to do that, instead of always, we're going to get the values of these counters. So for the first one, sorry, I was looking at something else. Where is it? Compare. No. Compare the counter to a value. And the lights, when the lights are on, it's 1. So we're going to do this for both lights. Fucking dude, Clickteam is so dumb. I didn't even realize that I wrote right instead of light for the right one. That's funny. But anyway. So when these equal 1, that value that we talked about, that's going to change. So it's going to get the value. Also, we need to make this run once. And the way we can do that is this thing. Hold on, I'm just gonna check this. Oh, fuck. Anyway. Only one action with event loops. That's what we want. Probably the most useful thing in this software. And it's actually not something that's in a lot of other things, in a lot of other programs. So that's one dub for Clickteam. But fucking, let me just put my phone on silent, sorry. Okay. Only one action with loop, right. Yeah, cool. So alterable values, we're going to set it, and what we're going to do is we're going to get the current value of it from this object. We're going to multiply that by the counter, current value of the counter. Cool. No, we're not. We're going to do the current value of the counter plus 1. And the way we can do that is by putting a bracket. We do plus 1. The reason we're doing that is because it was just already 1. So 1 times 1 obviously is 1. That's a quote from me. And now we're just going to make this work with the other one. I can probably just fix it up. Yeah. And I know I used an R instead of an L, but I misspelled the actual thing. Yep. Actually should work. Should work now. So let's try it. See how it's going down that speed? Sped up. Okay. Sweet. And very simply, we can just negate these. So copy, negate. So when it's not doing this, in this instance it might be better instead of negating it, because the value actually doesn't go back to 0. It goes to -1. And so if we just replace this with -1, and if we get rid of the negate, -1, we can simply change this, and yeah, just do this. Boom. No, we can't. We have to take one. Damn, this shit's actually confusing. Hold on for a moment. I'm actually going to take a break for a little bit. Yep, just bear with me.